Hi, this is Thrift with Dr. Lori. I'm in Cheswick, Pennsylvania at Riverview Antique N Marketplace. Oh, hi, Patty.
Hi, Dr. Lori.
Nice to see you. Thanks for the invitation to thrift with me.
Well, we're so glad you're here.
I'm happy to be here. Thanks so much. How about China?
Oh boy, we got China.
We have some of this.
Yeah,
right.
that.
Yeah, that's nice. That's not my style. That's kind of too, I don't know. When I think of China, I think of the Rosenthals and the Noritake and the, oh, there's a Rosenthal. Okay.
Yeah.
You know, the Limoges. Not that that other set isn't nice, but it's more for like every day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thick, chunky, 1970s every day.
Yeah, we have
Right.
a lot of China sets.
Yeah,
There's that chapel over there. But
All right, let's see. Let's see one. Bring me some blue and white.
Oh, here's some blue and white.
Oh, well, under there it's all the blue and white, you know.
That's nice. Look at that. Now look at that set. Somebody took care of all that china. I mean, look at that. That looks like it's in beautiful condition. It looks like it's not old. You know, it's not like, you know, early 1900s. But my goodness, they took care of all of that. I mean, to have such a big set, Blue Hill there by Noritake. So that's a nice set. And I like the banding of the sterling silver. A lot of people don't realize that a lot of the banding can be platinum or sterling silver, not only gold banding, but if you prefer silver, I'm wearing all sterling silver today, you know, you actually can have that too. And that's a nice contrast with the blue and the white, that Noritake set. So is that service for 12?
I think it's, let me see.
I think it's 8.
8. Yeah, I think it's
8. 8 is still a lot, you know, 8 is still a lot. So you got more than 8 cups, don't you? Do you have 12 cups? Well, maybe you do have only 8 cups.
2, 4, 6. Nope, there's 8.
Yeah, that's a nice set. So how much for the whole set? And you wouldn't break it up, right?
No,
we just got this.
Yeah, we just got it. So we didn't even get a price on it yet.
Patty's so sweet. She's like, well, I might if you really needed it. You know.
We love our customers.
That's right. That's right. So I'd probably go somewhere in the 150, 200 range on that. I like that.
Okay, that's great. What about these, Dr. Lori? Someone told me I have a set of 12 that they're mid-century.
I think they're a little later than mid-century. I think they're into the late 1960s, early 1970s. They are quite nice. You have 12 of those?
Yes.
Yeah, I would say that a little bit of distilled water and vinegar, you know, on a rag might sharpen those up a little bit.
Okay.
I would say value on those 12. I wouldn't go any more than $8 to $10 for each one. So
wow. So we only had 45.
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
We only had 45 on all of them.
Yeah. So, you know, at 8 times 12. Yeah, I mean, that's, no, 8 times 12. Yeah, I would probably say that.
Right.
They're nice. They're nice, but they're not mid, like when I think of mid-century, it's the 50s, you know?
Yeah.
So, you know, into the late 60s, then you're getting into the age of Aquarius and you're getting a little bit away from that mid-century modern kind of thing. Mid-century modern for a lot of people continues to sort of expand from the 1930s to the 1980s. That's not mid-century modern, you know? Those time periods are a little bit, you know, closer together to the 1950s time frame or era. So that's what you're looking at there. Okay, so you've got some other glass. How about the green glass with the stems?
Oh, I like these too.
Oh, yeah, they are beautiful, aren't they?
Leanne, those are pretty, even though there's only 5.
Yeah.
Right? Those are nice champagne flutes. I like the color. I like the contrast too. That's a very nice glass. See, I'd probably go $10 on one of those.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah, one of those. I like those for $10 each as well. So those are nice. The other thing I like about that is the height. Okay. I mean, obviously a champagne flute has to be pretty tall, but basically the height on those is not only in the stem, but the height is in the actual goblet portion, the portion where the liquid goes. And this is an important point for those of you who are looking about, again, reselling or just looking for the quality of these glasses. Here's some of the things I want you to remember. The stem has to be long, but if the goblet is longer, then you usually have a higher quality. It's more difficult to make that. So that's what you have to think about too. That's a nice set. Now, If I were to walk into your store and say I only want 4 and I'm leaving you with 1, would you let me?
Thanks.
Daddy, you're funny.
That's how much we sold that day.
Yeah, that's how much you sold that day. That's right. All right. Well, that makes sense. That makes sense. Okay. I'm putting you on the spot, Patty. Don't mean to.
That's all right. I'm used to it.
Okay. And other pieces. Let's see one of these other shelves for you. What else do you want to show me, Patty?
Nice to see. Well, I think you might have to go around the other way. But all that
Oh, the Roseville. We have some Roseville.
Can't see it.
Okay, we're getting there.
Yeah, you're gonna have to get out of a cabinet, I guess. Oh, there you go. That opened up okay. So you got some Roseville. Roseville's not in as much as it used to be, right? I'm seeing that Roseville is not doing as well as it did at one time. A lot of people collected it, and then the market really went down. You know, that's a nicer piece. Yeah.
You see this with the frogs in it?
Yeah, inside. Isn't that great?
Uh-huh. I mean, I've never seen anything like this. I think it's very old. What do you think?
Can I see the bottom? Nothing's very old to me. You know how I am.
I know.
I'm from the ancient world. I go all the way back. So you can't go by me. Yeah, that's a nice piece. I like that piece. How much do you have that for? Do you like the frog? So I bet it's high.
We have 300 on this.
Yeah, that's high. That's high for that. Yeah, that's high for that. Yeah. Well, you know, that's what happens.
We'll drop that price
happens.
a little bit.
Let's take a look at the Roseville. You know why? Yeah, not everybody has those. It's a unique piece, so you do have to invest a little bit. But I think 300's high on that. I wouldn't buy that at 300.
Okay.
Let's see what this is. Oh, there's the Roseville. That's
Uh-huh.
a nice form. That's kind of a later form. Really looks like the 60s. You know, that kind of ocean waves thing. And that was very typical. One of my books I wrote about all the nature elements in the 1950s and 60s. And in fact, the waves and the sea was pretty important. Now, that's an interesting tray.
Yeah.
That's an interesting tray. That's not your run-of-the-mill Roseville. That's a little bit harder to find for collectors if they're looking for something. And that, of course, has a Raymor mark on it as well.
A what mark?
A Raymor mark?
The Raymor. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So Raymor and Roseville getting together. So that's an interesting piece there. That's probably in the $20 range. How much is that marked at?
Yeah, I think we had that too high. We had 60 on it.
Okay.
Yeah, I just read it a little bit high.
Okay, so this might be a little the high area.
Yeah. This is our expensive section.
You have to have an expensive section, so then you could have respect for the section that's not expensive. You go, hey, wait a minute. I'm excited that I'm finding bargains. You can always find bargains if you look for quality. So that's what we're looking for. So even those pieces, while we might say, you know, but they're really not very nice pieces as well. Okay, how about some furniture? That piece in front of you looks like a vanity table.
Yeah, that's an Eastlake.
Yeah, Eastlake, late 19th century, of course, with the mirror. It has a nice crest rail at the top, that cornice at the top, and it also has some jewelry. Always back to jewelry. It has some jewelry drawers. Notice with the Eastlake, it has a carvings, and those drawers are security or jewelry drawers right there at the top.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, it has the other drawers down the bottom for the dresser, which is nice. That's a nice piece as well. I like that. So now how much is that piece? So I need a piece, you know, I need something for one of the guest bedrooms. What are we charging for that?
We have 175 on this one.
You have 175 on that one?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. 175 is great. So now it's like, oh, we're at an auction as opposed to retail. Because that's the kind of number you're going to get at an auction value or wholesale value. So sometimes in the places, the furniture is the thing. Now, I got to take you over to the red table. The red kitchen table, mid-century modern, no playing around. That table could have been in my Aunt Chris's house.
Yeah,
that's a nice table.
Yeah,
now,
it has a nice room for us, too.
I would think a lot of interest in a table like that with, of course, newlyweds, folks who are doing redecoration, or folks who are getting into their first apartment, first house, that kind of thing. Looks
What
like,
about these blue glass tables, Dr. Lori?
what did you say?
You know the blue glass tables? Well, we just got a few of these.
What, the blue glass with the mirror on it?
Yeah.
Yeah, the mirrored blue glass. Well, you know what's nice about yours? A lot of them have, in fact, a darker colored wood. Yours has a lighter colored wood, like a beech or a birch. But a lot of them are rosewood, and a lot of them are that dark mahogany color that are not as attractive. Yours, you told me that you like blue and yellow, so that's why you like this table.
True.
Right?
Yeah.
So I think that's nice. And the fact that the mirrored glass there, but somewhat mirrored glass, is in fact in such good condition. Now, if I were you, I would not have that piece of sculpture. I wouldn't have that metal on top of that, because that's going to scratch it even through your doily. If that were me, I'd get that off of there, but that's just me.
That's the oximeter.
Yeah, that thing is not worth you scratching that table.
We're going to put it right here.
That's how I feel about that. Because if you scratch that table, you're going to be sad, and you're going to have to lower that price. How much for that table, which is typical 1945, 1965? How much is that?
We just got these yesterday. There's a set of three of them.
That's why you brought me over here, as opposed to talking about my red kitchen table that I liked so much.
Yeah, I like that, but I don't know what the price is.
Here's the other one over
I
here.
I would say $150 on that table, and you have a smaller one in the $75. You have two smaller ones. Yeah, with what's called a quatrefoil form. That top form is called quatrefoil. It looks like 4 elements, right? Almost like a diamond that's extended a little bit. The quatrefoil form at the top.
Oh, that's
the quatrefoil form at the top. I would go $75 each on each one of those side tables, and I'd go $150 for the coffee table. And now you provided them with a set, so I think that's nice. If you can get that price anywhere in that neck of the woods, taking into consideration what you had to do to get it there and all of that, your overhead. That's a good deal for somebody. $150, another $150, $300 for the set, maybe $350 for the set. Because you're giving them the set. That's a nice group. That's a nice group. And it's in great condition, my gosh.
They are. They're like brand new. They're
like they never used them, huh?
Right.
Yeah. Now, you're cleaning these things all the time. What do you usually do to clean a table like that? What would you use on that glass? I know what I would use.
Yeah, well, we use some linseed oil sometimes, or, I mean, if it's a dark piece of furniture, I'll use the TSP trisodium. I do that. A lot of furniture that I paint, I use that.
Oh, okay, because the linseed oil can make it, can dry it out sometimes if you use too much, or if you don't get it all off.
It makes it yellow, doesn't it, sometimes? When it gets hot, doesn't it yellow, the linseed?
I like these tables a lot. Those are really nice. I like those very much. What are the glasses on the table, on that yellow table, that entryway table behind you? What are those glasses?
Oh, they're pretty neat, huh?
Yeah, those are neat. I like that.
Yeah, I always call them my beehive cups, but I don't know
exactly what I was going to say. Exactly.
Yeah, that's what I did right on here.
Yeah.
7, are they depression?
Those are beautiful from the mid 20th century. Beautiful. I like those a lot. So how many have you got? Have you got 4 or 6?
No, we have 7.
Oh, 7. Okay. Odd numbers are difficult, but you throw in the 7th one, I would say. So you're probably at $6 a glass.
Okay, 6 times 2. I only had 25 on all of them.
Yeah, I like those. I like those a lot. Those are going to go with everything, and that's what you're looking for. You're looking for things that are versatile. It's going to go with everything.
I brought to Florida, so I don't really know anything, but they're made in Italy, and they're heavy.
Oh, that's nice. That's a nice piece. That's a nice piece because I love blue white, like everybody else. Yeah. And it just says "Made in Italy" on the underside.
Yep.
Can I see the mark?
Yeah. See?
Okay. When I see that mark, I know that piece has to be made after World War II. So now I'm looking at that mark and I'm going, all right, that piece is made 1945 to 1960. Is it 8 inches tall?
Yes, it's about 8 inches tall.
I'd go $45, $50 for the pair.
Okay.
They're nice. Yeah, and I like the gild work, and I like the attention to detail of the Italians. I do. And of course, there's ceramic bodies. The bodies are always quite nice. You know, there's a little bit of detail toward the bottom, then they go up and it's straight, then there's more detail. You know, it's not overdone. Those are nice. And you have a pair, right?
Yes.
Yeah, very nice. Very nice. I like those. I like those.
And
Terrific.
these old lamps are pretty cool too. I think they're made out of some kind of bottle. They're called Shenley bottle lamps.
Yeah, I'm not big on this. You know, when it has to be made into a lamp. I've said this for years doing the appraisal tour nationwide. Years. You know, everything has to be made into a lamp. Americans can't just have a sculpture be a sculpture or a bottle be a bottle. We got to make it a lamp. And it takes something away from the form itself. I think lamps are great in their own right, and a lot of people are collecting lamps, and I know a lot about lamps. But I have to say that once we're trying to make something that is supposed to be used for something else into a lamp, it kind of falls short. So to me, that wouldn't be what I would pick. But some people really like it and say, hey, I think it's kind of a cool thing. You know, duck decoys that are lamps and all kinds of things that are lamps. So let's look at some more jewelry, ladies. I want to go back to the bling.
Okay. What about that nice
Yeah.
thing?
And while we're going, oh, there you go. Some pearls are nice.
Mm-hmm.
Those are very nice. Oh, and I like the Easter basket too, and the glass. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah,
the pearls are quite nice. Are they 56 inches long? Are they 60 inches long?
yeah, they're really long. Let me see.
And anytime pearls are next to anything else, they can become scratched. So whether that's gold in your neck, in your jewelry box, they can become scratched. If you have them sort of hanging on something, like a lot of you will hang them on a dresser mirror or something, they can become scratched. So be careful, because all the value when it comes to pearls is in the luster, as well as, of course, the size of the millimeters of the pearls and the type of pearls. But you don't want to scratch them up against anything else. On themselves is all. That's a nice length, that 60 inches opera length pearls. And are those cultured pearls? If you had them, are they tested as cultured?
I think so, yes.
Yeah.
I got them off of one of my vendors a while back.
So they would. So they would know. They would know.
Yeah.
So that's a nice. How much are those priced at?
We have 48 on those.
Okay, so those, of course, costume jewelry, 48 pearls, very long. I'd say you're probably a little low on that. If you were to resell them online, you might be able to command closer to $100 for those.
Okay.
But in your store, that may not be what your, of course, clientele is looking for in terms of it. But I'd go a lot higher on those. They look like they're a nice luster, and they're individually knotted. They're pretty nice. The perfume bottles are nice.
Mm-hmm. Oh, these.
Yeah, those are nice. Do you find that a lot of people collect perfume bottles, Patty?
Well, I collect perfume bottles, and so I don't have any here because I take them all home.
Okay, well, you're a big collector, huh, Patty?
Well, I'm downsizing, so my collections have been coming in.
Okay. Oh, well, you can just bring them from your house in. That's a nice thing. That's a nice thing. Yeah. Well, wonderful. Yeah. Well, and it's great to have that eye too. Really good. Terrific.
Yeah.
So
I love cranberry glass.
Yeah, your cranberry glass. So do you have a big collection, like more than 50 pieces of cranberry?
Yeah, I think I have about 50 pieces now.
Wow. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. They're beautiful.
Yeah,
so what else do you want to show me? Let's see.
Well, we have a lot of this blue and white under here. The blue onion, the dish,
Pick
right
one,
here.
pick one that you like.
I love these.
What's that?
I love this set because they're like the blue, it says the Blue Spode Room Collection.
Okay, so first introduced in 1844, I think that's what that said. So typical of course, Copeland Spode, so the great English potters. And you can see again all of that detail work in the transferware. So that's a nice set too. And of course, having the very typical landscape, what's called a fete gallant, or party in the picnic in the park kind of form, or party or picnic in the park form from the French. It's a nice piece. That's a nice piece. Very well. Yeah. And of course, lots of details. How many pieces do you have there? Is it a large, it looks like a large set from where I'm sitting.
Well, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think there's 6 of these, and they're all different scenes.
Yes, yes, yes. Well, the outside rim is the same, and then the interior scene is always a landscape, but something a little different, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. So those are newer 20th century, but they're nicely done, and they're perfect cabinet plates. Cabinet plates, of course, intended to be in the cabinet. The idea is that they're for show, or you put them down at the table, and then before you do your first course of a dinner service, you take those off. Everybody sees how pretty the table is, and then before you start eating, you take those away. You don't eat off these. These are cabinet plates only, right?
I do that in Florida.
Those are nice. Those are nice. Okay. Well, ladies, these are great. What a wonderful time here, of course, at Riverview. Lots to see, lots to look at. Before we go, one more of those blue and white plates at the bottom.
Oh, this one? Let me see. Is this...
Bottom row.
Oh, down here?
Oh, down
Yeah,
here?
separated plate, something a little different, like a Cantonware plate, or maybe some Wedgwood. Yeah, in the manner, of course, of the great Chinese plates.
Oh, they're
Separated.
heavy, too.
I don't know if it reminds you. Does it remind you of TV dinners where you had the
Yes. Yeah, why do they do that? Just to keep your peas off of your meat.
Yeah, I guess so. You don't want the mashed potatoes to run into the peas, you know? Yeah. So those are nice. How much do you have those priced at, the separated dishes?
I think we have them at 25.
Oh, okay. 25 for one.
Yes.
Okay.
Is
Those
that
are
too
nice.
high? Think
What
that's
did you
too
say?
high? You think that's too high?
My gut says too high.
Yeah.
I'd be at 15 to 20 in terms of the market. But
Right.
again, you know, I like to see there's a great deal, but you also have to think about, is this something that's really going to move? How long have they been sitting there?
They've been here a while. Yep. So
Yeah. Might be
idea.
time to reassess those.
Yes,
I think what's hurting you has nothing to do with the pattern or the ceramic or the quality of the piece. What's hurting you is the fact that it's separated and it's not just a halvesies. People don't mind a halvesies. Once you get into 3s and 4s, then all of a sudden they go, well, I might as well buy a Lazy Susan. That's what happens. That's what happens. People are picky. We know that. We know that.
Yeah,
Patty, beautiful place. Lots of great things. Jewelry, ceramics, glass, a lot of information about your collections too. Everybody wants to hear about what the owners are collecting too. So thanks for letting us in the door to visit with you in Cheswick, Pennsylvania at Riverview Antique and Marketplace. Nice to see you, Patty. Thanks, Leanna.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lori, Dr. Lori. You have a great day.
Bye-bye.
See you next time.